Okay, abusua be makwaba sonko so edeba POG Media so abusua yembonra eye yensemu no yembonra eye Bank of Ghana former eye CEO and I say boss of Bank of Ghana eye Ernerst Addison ne $250 million na scanner cramp no ebro so a wutwa ya odema Akuffo ado ne nkofo na sa sika no saa yese enye Ernerst Addison no ononko a na edi sa sika ni nyina and as na enye Bank of Ghana enko na headquarters enko na omde sa sika no AC omoche sika ni die a NDC edi names no aba abonten a ofori Atta din ekoko pie mu ho ono de wadane ne ho ji ni baabi a sika bon bia no owo bi Akuffo ado din pie mu ho a chese ni nua a ye fe ne bomti so edin pie mu ho na sisi ano NDC ateki quick action on omo a omo din no epie mu a chese sa sika twitwiri di a Ernerst Addison etwa ya ose ode ebawura mu ewo eye New Bank of Ghana headquarters are almost busu omo ache sika no edia credit goes to ahoto FM omo NHS omo de sa details no ababonti ayense momre no yenko na yenko nkuti ensema course na answer na ebeko no owo ensem kan bia fa share comment section like share ma afofron so ensa itumi enke bi aha POG Media so edamase
get the be aligning to the budget I be heard him say yeah ba making any MPP for a press conference omoye anti Tyro na me emra so on the BOG headquarters senior political analyst,
a deputy CEO of the airwaves,
deputy CEO
of the airwaves in defense of government policy without salary. He knows himself. I'm sure he's listening at home. Third party. The Bank of Ghana was set up in 1958, and it was not for any reason that we set up the Bank of Ghana in 1958. CEO say, Fremont Paris, ne papa. Mo frère ba ko no sen si osai bonso ne papa Antonio Osai Koto ne papa na America na asem no de na sen Ebola minister friends yes ono so ne papa asem na America no he was our first governor Krobo do say and introduce ni tire Kwame Nkrumah. By the time Kwame Nkrumah was leaving power cocoa estates na yesi ewo Kumasi there were 100 of them. CEO say he owned 91 and Krobodu say owned 9 of them. JNK Taylor Assets Commission. Go and check. It's Bank of Ghana no. You set it up no. And yen ne omo de ball minor chrono and yen ne. Ask me who those who work there. Have you seen them advertising the Daily Graphic or through the Public Service Commission as to who should go and work in the Bank of Ghana? Have you seen them collecting interviewing people? I'm asking you.
Yeah.
In the past years, I'm asking you. Look, for the past years, almost everybody there has gone through a politician to get his job at the Bank of Ghana. And that is why I believe it must be dissolved. The Bank of Ghana, it must be dissolved.
How can we dissolve it?
We must dissolve it, yes, because our currency is not making any meaningful strides on the international market. And those who are supposed to do it are running losses for us as a nation. We cannot continue to pay them such huge sums of money as they do nothing to grow our currency. Dissolve the place.
No, dissolve the Bank of Ghana or dissolve the board.
Look, the workers there, everybody should go home and reorganize. Oh, Mr. Gomsi, what are you talking about? What do they do?
No, but the ordinary worker, the ordinary...
What do they... I'm asking you. Go and check the number of people they have employed. Look, go and check senior staff. What do they do? Cut the place down. Cut it into size. Look, if you like, go and check. Even in 2000, from 2001, Akuffo bad power. Only nipa is so a good Bank of Ghana. Professor Abdul's about see father for all. And no jam. Almost ban and say only nipa is so a good. They are political appointees. They don't understand banking. They don't know what it is because the place is running at a loss. And we are all seeing it. Look at the states, one of Africa, the structure of our central bank, the African banking system. How is it like? All over. Do we have a central bank that unites us with our money? Are we able to collectively, as Africa, raise money even through our pensions, to do something for ourselves as Africa. We are weak when it comes to our finances. We are not thinking. You have actuarial scientists, you have financial experts, but they don't have the political will to do the right thing when it comes to our finances. Look at our banking system. Indigenous people, local people, they must play a role in the banking sector. You must have Ghanaians who own banks, who have invested their money into the banking sector. How many of them are left now? I'm asking you, apart from Fidelity. They are all gone down. Why? You had 9 million BCS idea, and so you are calling 25 million. And the best say idea no. Yet Timuni boy and Sam. So this is where we are. Instead of strengthening our indigenous banks and giving them opportunity to work and to make our finances go round as a people, because there's a gap between rural and urban finance. So what if I want to establish my banking system across rural areas? What the central bank will take from me should not be the same as somebody who wants to operate in securely an urban area, like Data Bank was doing. They're operating in an urban area. So they cannot compete with GN Bank, who goes to the village to go and compete. If you are asking for capitalization, you should ask for less from GN Bank. They serve that lower end of the population that needs the money in small quantities. You understand? Taking service to their doorstep. You aggregate the banking system. You don't say everybody should pay 60 million. You don't say everybody should pay 100 million. No. You segregate the market. Now, in order to grow, because one, you must come, like I said, micro. Now, according to KCM, so now individuals, then groups, then now societies, then now you're talking about nations. Yeah, to build a bank, you start from the scratch. What is our rural banking system doing? Even for rural people, are they able to give them money as loans to do farming, to go into agriculture or cocoa farming? I'm asking you. They are not able to. It is money lenders who have taken over the rural markets, who are exploiting our cocoa farmers. They give them money, you cannot pay, they take over your farm. You become a poor person living in the area. Yes. So the central bank itself, the reasons for which it was set up to grow our banking sector from scratch, to the rural area, the urban area, to grow from small to big banks, to allow indigenous people to also fester and grow in our banking sector, they have failed on their policy. And me, I've said it. Go and check the salary of the BOG governor. Ube Johnny. Ube Johnny. Upa checking the salary. You run. You shouldn't pay them. They don't deserve salary. Ernerst Addison. How?
For the staff, they cause to mess, because for them to even collapse these banks, everywhere,
yes,
in this country,
yes,
very wicked, evil people.
Bank finance. So what if I want to establish my banking system across rural areas? What the central bank will take from me should not be the same as somebody who wants to operate in securely an urban area, like Data Bank was doing. They're operating in an urban area. So they cannot compete with GN Bank, who goes to the village to go and compete. If you are asking for capitalization, you should ask for less from GN Bank. They serve that lower end of the population that needs the money in small quantities. You understand? Taking service to their doorstep. You aggregate the banking system. You don't say everybody should pay 60 million. You don't say everybody should pay 100 million. No. You segregate the market. Now, in order to grow, because one, you must come, like I said, micro. Now, according to KCM, so now individuals, then groups, then now societies, then now you're talking about nations. Yeah, to build a bank, you start from the scratch. What is our rural banking system doing? Even for rural people, are they able to give them money as loans to do farming, to go into agriculture or cocoa farming? I'm asking you. They are not able to. It is money lenders who have taken over the rural markets, who are exploiting our cocoa farmers. They give them money, you cannot pay, they take over your farm. You become a poor person living in the area. Yes. So the central bank itself, the reasons for which it was set up to grow our banking sector from scratch, to the rural area, the urban area, to grow from small to big banks, to allow indigenous people to also fester and grow in our banking sector, they have failed on their policy. And me, I've said it. Go and check the salary of the BOG governor. Ube Johnny. Ube Johnny. Upa checking the salary. You run. You shouldn't pay them. They don't deserve salary. Ernerst Addison. How?
For the staff, they cause to mess, because for them to even collapse these banks, I tell you, he was everywhere.
Yes,
in this country.
Yes,
very wicked, evil people.
Heritage Bank, all of them, Royal Bank, what are they done?
No.
They had capitalization, Energy Bank, what are they done wrong? Political persecution, you understand? So you are killing the spirit of the banking drive within the indigenous people in their own economy. So who will come and bring his money to anything?
Of rather, can they bring him?
So South
Africa.
Namibia.
Or US.
Or Namibia.
So US are
Namibia, window kitchen, maybe one in
from but South Africa, you see, this man must be chased and then
he knew what he was coming to do before he came. You know, he worked at Solomon Brothers before he came to Accra. He knew what he came to do when he decided to go and borrow Kenny Gajegbo's father's money. They didn't pay the old man before they died. Set up data bank in Accra. Always praying. They were scheming. Or no Bible or Beka, verse no Beka. Even the Pope in recent times will not pick that Bible verse to talk to the whole world. By the time we Beka Bible now, you're born near where Dino. Me say oti achi say odi uti. Eko shejem. Any year who no. Look, 26.1 million. Is it 261 million? Let's look at the alternative uses of the money. School under trees. How many of them can we take? Now we have about 1,600 or 1,800. And it costs about 80 million Ghana cedis to just build 6 units with all the facilities and teachers' bungalows. So how many of them were we going to take out? I'm asking you, over hundreds of them. We refuse to use the opportunity to give the rural people, those who grow the cocoa, those where we find the minerals, those where our resources are. We refuse to send the money back and investment back to them. And that is where we are. So when I talk about schools under trees, then I talk about Agenda 111 hospitals or even our CHIPS compounds. Look at the many CHIPS compounds across that need finishing. 261 million. Do you know what it could have done for CHIPS compound? Even your Agenda 111. It could have finished 15 solid hospitals, brand new, with everything inside, so that we can take on our nurses. We missed the opportunity. Look at the state of our roads. The state of our roads. You see, the Bank of Ghana, no, what is a Bank of Ghana na boka? Wow, a Ghana wabono. You should see it in real investment. You understand what I'm saying? Kwame Nkrumah free power, no. You see, Sikana edema no. Why then? Well, this Sikano. We saw the money in investments. No, this Sikano. 43 brand new secondary schools, our roads, our communities he built. You understand? The hospitals he gave out. Yes, motorway is still there. The companies he built. Some of them we sold, yes. But you could see that the money given to him, there were investments to show. Tell me, who's the Bank of Ghana, Waboka? What did you do with the money? During Achampon's time, Achampon had a problem with the international finance partners because he said he would not pay the loans that Buze had gone for. The loans repudiation, the entire policy of Achampon. So he could not get cash. He had to use the central bank to finance most of the things he did. Operation Feed Yourself will be a my one CD. Brony be a Ghana need one CD to support Operation Feed Yourself. It came from internal. Go and find out what Achampon did in his time. Dansuman, do you know what happened? When it got to the time we had to use money to buy the foreign components. Say better that Duani Ade Ayenye bi wahano. It took DK Poison's money that he had gone to fight boxing. Sika Onyaye, the government had to acquiesce it, give him somewhere to stay, and use the money to buy the foreign components we needed to complete that Soman and sell under State Housing Corporation. At the time, Charlie Nyansa, the Nyansa Nebu, my cocoa, he used BOG to buy our cocoa because at the time we didn't have a syndicated loan. Into Mama or cheat. Then it's sponsored by the Bank of Ghana. The cocoa no corner Sikane bar. You go with your cheat to your shed and then you go and take your money. They used the central bank at the time to even our gold. Achampon nationalized our gold mines. So he used the gold to back our currency. Despite the fact that we were having problems with the international finance organizations, our currency, go and check, it was strong under Kutu Achampon. The least it went was 2 cedis 75 pesos. New Ghana cedi at the time. To a pound under Achampon. Go and check, the currency was strong to nationalize our gold mines and use the gold to back the currency. And Nyansa he had people to advise him, Dr. Gardner and co, to advise him on economic policy on our way forward. Today, look at the Bank of Ghana. What are they doing with our gold? Gold for oil. Gold, oil. The central bank cannot sponsor what we call investments into our oil sector to connect the oil to our refinery in Tema, so that we downstream will produce our engine oil, produce all residual fuel and sell to the international market. The Bank of Ghana cannot do that investment. We have to bring somebody from outside. What are they doing there? I say sack them. If you come to my area, their residence is there, Bankotes. Nipo behind them, Obia Daisy Wakake, and behind them, they are wasteful organization. Me that dampo me mpo mo asemi uso bi ye juma okra no ye me time because you see kasem nko ye and no mum ye tuo muka go check their salary. Go and check their salary. Close that place down. It is not effective. It's not producing anything for this nation. But this year, this is the central bank in the Bayano. Look at where we stand when it comes to our finances. I'm asking you.
The critical staff there.
What critical staff? What do they know? Don't say what is critical staff. They are political appointed staff. Don't say critical. What technical knowledge have they brought there to sustain the currency? Say governor no cry na muso musemumu technical na mumu abia. What are you also doing to help the place?
Critical staff na.
Say they should all go. Bank of Ghana there. The omo yani so muso esika. They take our coins from region to region, no more distribute. They don't do anything about our money. I'm telling you. Some of them they don't even understand monetary policy. Me, I majored in economics. When you talk about currency, you need an effective production and distribution system in order to sustain your currency. The Bank of Ghana is not involved in production. Are they supporting industry? Mr. Kumsin, are they supporting industry? Are they supporting distribution? Look at our roads. Look at the state of our roads.
Ordinary staff. No,
I'm saying the central bank, they are not doing their work. So the currency is not working.
It's at the top there.
You know, you sack them.
The top people
close down the central bank for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Why? What is it? No. Why should I keep you there? What is your use? Even you cannot help people to grow, indigenous people to grow our banking system. 11.1 million. That money could renovate the Winneba Sports College and make sure sports will never suffer in sports again. 11.1 million. But you may renovate Winneba Sports College to put our young boys under 14, under 17. If we want to see football grow, other sports grow, we can invest that money into that Winneba Sports College, and we'll see the returns it will bring to the nation. It's 52 million. Yes, Kudus is about how much? 38 million. Just two footballers put together. And your nation has not invested in sports to that extent. They have money to go and buy furniture. I'm telling you, wasteful venture. Because at some point, how do you use 8.6 million for ICT? And then recently, Ghana Water Company, I'm say technology and innovation unit. Ghana Water. Yes, Ghana Water. System information was in you cannot go and audit them for anything under Afenyo Markins board chairmanship. What is ICT? What is ICT for Bank of Ghana? 8.6 million. But in the end, you collapse the ICT center and tell me that Bank of Ghana boka. The same thing ECG. The IT department. So much USC. The IT department, they collapsed the place. They brought an external IT person to superimpose itself on ECG and take money from them as a payment. Baby, your mind to know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, baby, your mind to know. Kai, as I say, sorry, waka. We can rectify these things. We can. No, Mr. Kumsin. Let me learn.
This government has a responsibility.
Yes.
You see, but we are talking, yes. But the thing is that who should take them on?
That is why they said.
Who should take who on?
What you are saying is the Bank of Ghana.
But the government has a responsibility. A new government has come.
That's what I'm saying.
Johnson Sema has been there before. So the rubbish that NDC has come to put there, Johnson Sema must be able to clear it and clear it efficiently. I'm saying go back to 2001 when Akuffo came and look at those people you have brought into the bank. Go and check them. And go and check their now who you need the free memoir. How difficult is it? KPI, simple. Their output over the years. Buy a car. In Fasobia, so we are keeping them there. Sack them. All their buildings, some buildings there were around the country, meaning they don't sleep in it. Yes, some more allowance. After they have built those ones, yes, you see senior officers staying somewhere. Now they in the hall. No be that. Can they see first light to Nyabe in that? Now they see first light to our banquets. And then to Obiantim. What are we talking about? Can't we match our needs as a people? So me, I've said it. Central Bank, politically, we said we will allow the Bank of Ghana to be independent to pick its own governor over the years. We have not been able to do it. Currently, semi-autonomous. So the government still pays the governor. Yeah. So, Ofawa, me pacho, the Obekano say 1 year money. Me, I disagree with John Mahama when he says that he will not allow the governor to print extra currency in the system. Yes, there's a good of it and there's a bad of it. You can print currency and invest properly into a certain financial cycle to bear fruit. When the fruit returns, you send it back to the central bank to cover up for your printing so that inflation will not go up.
You are printing currency for what?
You can do so many things with it.
Currency that you have.
You can use it to pay for your internal bills. You have roads to construct. You have things to do.
No,
Mr. Mitosi, what are you saying?
No, listen. You know that you said you did economics. If you print this paper, ordinary paper, you put these pictures and a lot of them, you put them out there. What are you doing?
I will use. That's why I'm saying that.
Inflation?
No, you deliberately direct that investment you are talking about.
What is important?
You directly that money you are talking about that you say is a loss. How is it a loss? Invest it in your road sector. Put tolls on your road and collect the money back to the central bank.
And then
you understand? Set up agribusiness factories.
You are not
use the central bank to set up factories and call Alomaso. He's into timber, so let him set up with some engineers to go into timber processing.
That's
give him money. That's what Japan did.
But not to print paper.
You. That's what I'm saying. You invest it into a proper financial cycle to bear fruit. You do it, Japan, Toshiba, a group of young people who came from the university, and the state decided to use the central bank to support their activities. They gave the company to them at $1. Today, look at Toshiba. We can do it here. The central bank, I'm saying, is not innovative. It's not innovative. You have people who have studied economics to PhD level, and they don't know that theoretically what is written on paper in economics is different from what happens on a day-to-day basis. Yet they are working at the central bank. What do you expect? Our money will not grow. Look at your gold. You are taking 3% of what you have. 9%. Yes. You are not using the gold to back your currency. How do you expect your currency to grow? You have oil, an oil producing country. Yet every morning you have to raise money to go and buy crude oil to come and look at it. So where is your crude oil that you have? I'm saying we have missed the opportunity.
That's the problem.
Now fishing trawlers have come from China. They are always on our seas. They are taking the fish. Tomatoes cry to be baby. Banchi cry the free Abidjan. And the Abagana, see Abidjan Banchino, a sauce in Ghana, the near the wolf for near the. What are we doing to ourselves? Yes. Yes.
What's the beef?
Say that's close. Some comes from Uganda. Uganda. That be Uganda market. It's in the Bank of Ghana and Addison. Senior Yekano. SSC by now he should be in prison. Deliberately he has come from 2018. While boy casa, this can year. You see him in a new car. You see him in a new house. His salary is always increasing. Yet there is no work he has done to improve the value of the currency. You have a parallel currency of 5 cedi running on the system. Why? Because back on the president brother and a printing into no common thing that no printing no diabetum. What are we talking about? Look, we have to look sharp. We didn't just win the elections to come and sit down and then let people come and say that we are not doing anything. No, that's anything that many know. There are a lot of things. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, we traveled outside Accra to go and convince people to vote for JM and that we could change this country. So we must change it. I'm expecting Johnson and Siama to have a radical approach at the Bank of Ghana. He should not do business as usual. We will not get results. He must find ways in which the central bank can get access to our gold first through the Precious Minerals Marketing Board and buy our gold first to the central bank to support our currency.
That is why we have the cocoa board now.
No, the gold board. Yes, they must work in tandem with the Bank of Ghana to secure that one. Our oil, first off-taker must be Ghana. Our oil must be processed here. Why do we have refineries here and then we take crude oil to IFA? Let's find a way. We have to test majority. Let's go to parliament and change all those things. Other than that, what is life about? You better not mind. You see, your gold, your diamond. We boast about what we have. Human resource. Now they be accommodating. Miti akra one city in bottom. Na play central bank wa boka. Udi 260. A dine wow. A dine yanko tremu. Chale obi only baby dabiano. Monday muma yanko nyenfa yanyema. Yanko tremu nyendem. Because the old bank at Accra and say it. So we almost too free. Me catch and California one time. Nyemi meni yo hade den po yo ga. Ke ame fire bank me no nya wami. Because the people in Accra they don't have housing. Go and check. That's where I come from. So if they leave that bank, omo free up. In Akuffo got them. Because then the better why thing. You decide the better thing. Some say in California, come and make me. Come and move your Bank of Ghana. No, yeah, actually, now what Jeme? What was she calling? Gama Gamanoni, what was she calling? Nakama, she can't emma. Nebiana Casumo chue, or woman sumo chue. Yes, sure, I'm a spawn on the quachue. That is what to do. Me conquer or me this week. I'll go to Accra. I know what I'll go and do there. Not for money cheap, not for money no moon, na mu to see. Yeah, Kasapa si o muadie. What are we talking about? Many brother pay pa. Sir governor, no, we have to bring him to justice. Me have said it. Look, he's part who schemed when we're in opposition to come and superimpose themselves on our economy and bring us to our knees as we are. The bank came in on because the people in Accra, they don't have housing. Go and check. That's where I come from. So if they leave that bank, I'm free up and got them because they're the better way. Then you decide the better. Some pay in California. Come and make come and move your Bank of Ghana. No, yeah, actually, now what was she calling? Gamanoni, what was she calling? Nakama, she can't emma. Nebiana Casumo chue, or woman sumo chue. Yes, sure, I'm a spawn on the quachue. That is what to do. Me conquer or me this week. I'll go to Accra. I know what I'll go and do there. Not for money cheap, not for money no moon, na mu to see. Yeah, Kasapa si o muadie. What are we talking about? Many brother pay pa. Sir governor, no, we have to bring him to justice. Me have said it. Look, he's part of the team, the Kenofriata team, who schemed when we're in opposition to come and superimpose themselves on our economy and bring us to our knees as we are now. Telly Gajepo led the charge. Reverend Obama Tete Sokaon, Albert and Comfortocran, almost sorry, I know more road show. Yofi Grant, you see them, Ernerst Addison. Then the two lawyers at Data Bank, they all joined the fray and entered our economy. They're on boards, they're on SIC boards, they're on financial boards, Ghana Commercial Bank, ADB, Bank of Ghana boards, and they were there. What to do? What do you call the place? The other place? Securities agencies. They came to superimpose. They knew what they wanted. C'est some saka de omu peu. Muja omwa. Ombe Johnny Ken is on the run. He will never return to Ghana again.
Through his lawyers. Do
you know why? Because you called him a fugitive, and he didn't want you to continue to call him a fugitive because you're not going to come. Into my date, Abema Obuato May or the Beko December, no Saturday wako May, no Saturday wako December. You watch whether he will come here. He knows. You think he didn't know what he was doing? He didn't know. Me can obi say me ngedi na Bobu friend is saying. Said na ationu je makoti na ba. E na okwakochi Kenofriata ba. Me manuesi.
No je no
Okay, abusuya we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway ne so Ernerst Addison NHS ne ho ensem etwagu a chese ensema ebubo free sika otwade ma NPP amanyoko no edi esi eye Bank of Ghana no ebubo ba no enye asem ketu akwa yensem mmene beda mase se moje pene kokoti za audio no edi mai aha POG Media so beda mase